Hey there, horror fans. Get ready for a spooky ride through the history of cinema. From the earliest flickering images to the dawn of the 1980s, we're diving into the top 10 horror movies that have kept us up at night. These are the classics that set the stage for all the scares to come. So grab your snacks, dim the lights, and let's explore the terrifying tales that have stood the test of time. Number 10. The Blair Witch Project with IMDb rating 6.5. The Blair Witch Project is a groundbreaking found footage horror film directed by Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez. Released in 1999, the film is presented as a documentary-style compilation of footage discovered after 3 student filmmakers disappeared while investigating a local legend in the Maryland woods. The Blair Witch Project is celebrated for its innovative use of found footage filmmaking, which lends it a sense of authenticity and immediacy. The film's marketing campaign, which initially suggested that the events depicted were real, added to its mystique and contributed to its massive success. Despite its modest budget, the film became a cultural phenomenon and is regarded as a landmark in the horror genre. You can watch this on Prime Video for free. Next up, Sleepy Hollow with IMDb rating of 7.3. Sleepy Hollow is a gothic horror film directed by Tim Burton and released in 1999. It is a reinterpretation of Washington Irving's 1820 short story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The film stars Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane, a police constable from New York City sent to investigate a series of murders in the small town of Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is known for its atmospheric cinematography, gothic aesthetics, and Tim Burton's signature blend of horror and dark humor. Johnny Depp's quirky performance as Ichabod Crane and the film's evocative production design contribute to its enduring popularity as a modern classic of gothic cinema. You can stream it on Prime Video. On number 8, we have Poltergeist with IMDb rating of 7.3. Poltergeist is a classic supernatural horror film directed by Tobe Hooper and produced by Steven Spielberg, released in 1982. The film revolves around the Freeling family, who are terrorized by malevolent spirits that haunt their suburban home. Poltergeist is best crafted with its innovative special effects, memorable performances, and chilling atmosphere. It remains a beloved classic of the horror genre, known for its blend of supernatural thrills and family drama. Despite controversies surrounding its production, including rumors of a curse associated with the film's cast and crew, Poltergeist continues to captivate audiences with its enduring scares and iconic imagery. Buy or rent it on Prime Video YouTube. Number 7. Carrie with IMDb rating 7.4. Carrie is a horror film directed by Brian De Palma. Released in 1976, it is based on the novel of the same name by Stephen King. The film follows the story of a shy and awkward high school girl named Carrie White, who possesses telekinetic powers and becomes the target of cruel bullying. Carrie is celebrated for its exploration of themes such as bullying, religious fanaticism, and the consequences of unchecked power. Sissy Spacek's haunting performance as the titular character and Brian De Palma's stylish direction contribute to the film's enduring impact and status as a classic of horror cinema. Watch it on Max, Hulu, or Prime Video. Number 6. Scream with IMDb rating of 7.4. Scream is a meta-horror film directed by Wes Craven and released in 1996. It revitalized the slasher genre by cleverly subverting and satirizing its tropes while delivering genuine scares. Scream is celebrated for its self-awareness, witty dialogue, and clever twists, as well as its homage to classic slasher films. It spawned a successful franchise with several sequels, each continuing the story of Sidney Prescott and the legacy of Ghostface. The original film remains a beloved classic of 1990s horror cinema. You can watch it on Max, Hulu, or Amazon Prime. Number 5. A Nightmare on Elm Street with IMDb rating 7.4. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic horror film directed by Wes Craven and released in 1984. It introduces the iconic character Freddy Krueger, a supernatural serial killer who stalks teenagers in their dreams. The film explores themes of adolescence, fear, and the power of dreams, while delivering suspenseful and terrifying moments. A Nightmare on Elm Street is celebrated for its inventive premise, creative kills, and the memorable character of Freddy Krueger, who has become an icon of the horror genre. It spawned a successful franchise with multiple sequels, spin-offs, and a remake, but the original film remains a classic of 1980s horror cinema. You can buy or rent it from Amazon Prime or YouTube. Number 4, Halloween, with IMDb 7.7. Halloween is a classic slasher film directed by John Carpenter and released in 1978. It has since become one of the most iconic and influential horror films in cinematic history. The movie follows the story of a masked killer named Michael Myers who escapes from a psychiatric hospital and returns to his hometown to stalk and kill teenagers. The film builds tension through its suspenseful atmosphere, minimalist musical score, and the iconic presence of Michael Myers, whose blank, emotionless mask has become synonymous with the horror genre. Halloween is celebrated for its groundbreaking approach to horror filmmaking and its influence on subsequent slasher films. It spawned numerous sequels and remakes, but remains a beloved classic among horror enthusiasts for its timeless scares and memorable characters. You can stream it on Prime Video. Number 3, Rosemary's Baby, with IMDb rating 8. Rosemary's Baby is a psychological horror film directed by Roman Polanski and released in 1968. Based on the novel of the same name by Era Levin, the film follows the story of a young couple who move into an old apartment building in New York City, only to find themselves surrounded by sinister forces. Rosemary's Baby is celebrated for its atmospheric tension, psychological depth, and Mia Farrow's haunting performance as the vulnerable and terrified Rosemary. It explores themes of paranoia, maternal instinct, and the vulnerability of the individual in the face of unseen evil. The film remains a classic of the horror genre and continues to unsettle audiences with its eerie atmosphere and chilling storyline. You can watch it on Prime Video or Hulu. Number 2, The Exorcist, with IMDb rating of 8.1. The Exorcist is a landmark horror film directed by William Friedkin and released in 1973. It is based on the novel of the same name by William Peter Blatty. The film follows the demonic possession of a young girl named Regan MacNeil, played by Linda Blair, and the attempts to exorcise the demon by 2 priests. The Exorcist shocked audiences upon its release with its graphic and disturbing imagery, as well as its exploration of themes such as faith, doubt, and the existence of evil. It remains one of the most iconic and influential horror films of all time, known for its chilling atmosphere, powerful performances, and unforgettable scenes. You can buy or rent this film from Amazon Prime or YouTube Primetime subscription. At last, number 1, The Shining, with IMDb rating of 8.4. The Shining is a psychological horror film directed by Stanley Kubrick, released in 1980. It is based on the novel of the same name by Stephen King. The film follows Jack Torrance, played by Jack Nicholson, who becomes the winter caretaker of the isolated Overlook Hotel in the Colorado Rockies. He moves in with his wife, Wendy, played by Shelley Duvall, and their young son, Danny, played by Danny Lloyd, who possesses psychic abilities known as The Shining. The Shining is celebrated for its atmospheric tension, masterful direction by Kubrick, and Jack Nicholson's iconic performance as the unhinged Jack Torrance. It has become a landmark in horror cinema, renowned for its psychological depth and unsettling imagery, and continues to be regarded as one of the greatest horror films of all time. You can watch this film on Sling TV or can buy it on YouTube or Amazon Prime Video.